seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Brian at Whisper Status 74. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the channel. This is the first time you are seeing me. Please consider liking and subscribing. We are real tech for real people. Today's video will be doing something different. We'll actually be looking at some Bowers and Wilkins bookshelf speakers. 805D4, which is right here. These monsters, you can actually see the one behind me, which is the right channel. We actually tested these courtesy of Value Electronics. Please consider making your next AV purchase through them. Check the description below for all their information. For me, the reason why you're seeing me, if those of you that have not seen me before, I'm typically TV and video games. I love home theater. I am into audio visual, but I am a bit more of a videophile than I am an audiophile. And having these amazing speakers here, which we will preview and show you the front and the back and everything somewhere in the video, we are actually replacing some older classic BMWs that I've had for many, many years. We are running in this room 11 channels, actually 7 channels, 4 height speakers, and the bottom are all timber matched to these older BMWs. And the reason why I wanted to check them out is to see if I would hear a huge difference from very good bookshelves from years ago that basically do the job very, very well. They are paired with an SVS PB4000, a Denon 6700H, and a, what do we got here? We have a Rotel amp here as well. So we have decent equipment powering everything, but wanted to see if I would hear a big difference between my favorite old school bookshelves and these amazing just released bookshelves that you don't see many reviews on. Again, I'm not an audiophile. I am a home theater guy that focused primarily on video while still enjoying a very good surround sound setup. Admittedly, my usage for these is for home theater, not really for music or 2-channel music, which is what I tested here today. You'll actually hear a demo from good friend Jennifer Gala. You'll hear her music playing through them. It's very hard to hear that and make them sound good through YouTube, but they do sound amazing. than the obvious, they are extremely high-end. As of right now, I believe they are $9,000 for the pair. Not really practical for most usage in regards to an 11-channel timbre match surround sound that can get very expensive in a hurry. And the design, from what you can see in the background, they are very beautiful chestnut. I believe they come in the red, the tan, and the black. They are absolutely gorgeous. The tweeter on the top, just a very elegant design. Definitely belong in a very high-end, beautiful apartment or home, not in a little home theater like I have down here. Now, the real question for me, and I think this is the diciest part of home theater, in display technology, you know when to upgrade. Even with receivers, you know when to upgrade. For example, with TVs, you want to get larger, you want to add features, be it Dolby Vision, HDR, you want a larger panel, you want a brighter panel. They're very easy to see because it's visual. You want certain gaming features, you know when to upgrade, and you can tell pretty quickly if you will see a difference. Even with receivers, if you're talking about AV receivers, many of you had to upgrade from Dolby Vision to discrete to 9 channels to 11 channels to 13 channels. I upgraded my receiver to do discrete surround sound and then to do height channels. So I know that's a tangible difference. I do have a reason to upgrade. Speakers are very, very different. They do not come out every year. I believe the speakers before this were 5 or 6 years ago versus TVs or game consoles that come out, or I shouldn't say game consoles, but TVs that come out every year. Receivers don't actually come out every year either. But speakers, the challenge I have with them is if you're a home theater, not the way I am, I like very breathy bass. I like power. I like loud. I like explosions and gaming and just all kinds of channel and things flying around. Speakers aren't quite that simple. Speakers, it's all about delicate highs, lows, clarity, separation within the speaker and within the music and the content you're listening to. Sometimes when I've heard very high quality speakers, and many of you may feel this way as well, same with headphones. You're thinking to yourself, well, they don't sound quite as loud as I remember. So sound is a very tricky thing. You have to have that ear. I have that ear to some degree, but again, more in surround sound. I would believe having these in a sound configuration would probably be a waste. They're probably best suited for a 2-channel elegant music setup. What you'll see demoed today will be strings and music. But in comparison to these older BMWs, do they sound different? Absolutely they do. They are a bit louder. They are definitely cleaner. But more than anything, having this tweeter on the top, as you can see on the top of that speaker, you definitely hear the separation more than this older design. You can definitely hear how detailed the tweeter is, and you can hear through the driver the difference in sound, the depth, and the highs. Very, very clean, which in film and in movies you can appreciate, but with everything smashing in and action and dialogue being handled by the center. Now, if you had a center channel from the same family, that would be different, but going back to the 2-channel, they are absolutely amazing. Very detailed, very loud, without distortion. I definitely enjoyed the detail more than when I put in my regular BMWs. That said, that's what's challenging about speakers. When you're reviewing sound bars, and I'll be doing a lot more sound bar reviews. I did a couple Sonys, the HTA9. Reviewing sound bars and systems like that, you do say to yourself, wow, for $500, for $700, they sound really, really good. What do you think about that? Well, not bad for $700, not bad. When you get into this division here, which I clearly do not belong in, you're saying to yourself, well, for $9,000, it's hard to have a baseline on how things will sound. I'll better be able to determine that the more speakers that I get in here. I will be doing much more of this as you see me collaborate with Shane from Spare Change and Value Electronics. I will be doing more speaker reviews, but more in the sense of the everyday person, the everyday home theater person. So probably not the person that should be doing it, but my curiosity after a few minutes into the video is, would I notice a difference? I did notice a difference. I do think, as I mentioned, very clear, very detailed, and ridiculously enough, even though I'm in a relatively dark room, seeing them there, the presentation, how they look, how they sound, the whole thing just screams high-end, it screams enthusiast, and it screams elegance. Really, really love them. It'll actually be very hard to let them go. I'm anxious to let them go because I really don't want my palate or my ear and sound to get that wealthy and expensive as far as its taste. I really don't want to get to where I covet these kinds of speakers. They are amazing. I've always liked B&Ws or Bowers and Wilkins, always love their sound. As I mentioned, I've had these speakers for 15 years and they still sound absolutely amazing. And for many of you that have speakers, you've had them for the longest time. Therein kind of lies the problem. When do you actually upgrade? It's a challenge that I have right now. The displays that you see behind me change every couple years. The speakers remain. The challenge, as I mentioned with speakers, is will you hear a difference from your existing speakers? We have Martin Logan's, a lot of other brands that are amazing that are out there. For me, as this little home theater test, I did notice a difference. It would be a ridiculous amount of money to incorporate these into my current system, let alone timbre match them and get every channel here the same. But I do think they're amazing. They sound fantastic, especially as you'll see in the demo after this, the sound of them and the clarity and how, again, detailed you are with strings. I do feel in surround sound, they are adequate. They are very good, but I do think that would be a waste for something that's this elegant and this expensive. Definitely served better for 2-channel discreet music and pleasure sitting back and listening to them. That's my quick analysis of them. I'll play the demo after this, but as a surround sound guy, they are amazing to play with a little bit and then easily just give them back, as they cost, again, $9,000, and they are very expensive, but they are absolutely amazing and they are gorgeous, and they're highly recommended if you have the finances for them. All right, guys, I am Brian at Whisper Status 74. Again, special thank you to Value Electronics. Check the description below for all their information, and please consider making your next AV purchase through them. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the comments.